We're in a small apartment that I was hired to make over, give it a contemporary feel, open up the space and really kind of help it to find its potential. When it came to this apartment, the most important consideration was the limited space, which we had to obviously take into account right from the beginning because we needed to incorporate not only a living area but also a dining area. So there were quite a few aspects that we had to take into account in a smallish space. One of the biggest limitations in decorating the space was the fact that it's a rental apartment. Rentals are notoriously difficult due to landlord limitations. They don't like you to paint, they don't like you to put holes in the wall. We obviously couldn't change any of the dated fixtures, which is quite unfortunate because that does kind of affect the overall look. What we were fortunate with though in this apartment is the amazing floor-to-ceiling windows, which lets in a load of natural light. That's quite a rare blessing in small space living. What we did was bring in the L-shaped corner suite as the sort of family living area. This helps to keep the open plan look going without restricting the space too much. We then brought in the clear acrylic ghost chairs, the ever popular ghost chairs, and a transparent table, which then adds the function of a dining room without obstructing the space at all because it's totally see-through. And then in the same area we added a beautiful ladder shelf, and there you can combine a library shelf, you can combine drinks, glasses, some decor items, so that really is kind of a one-stop shop for all of your display goodies, and is tucked away in the corner so that doesn't obstruct any of the space either. We initially didn't change the paint color, so the entire makeover was done with the yellowy cream existing walls. Once we had completed the makeover though, we then sold the idea to the landlord that a cooler grey sort of palette would work so much better with the new contemporary look and feel, and we ended up repainting the walls in this beautiful cool grey. We've kept the entire apartment very neutral so that you can bring in accent colours here and there, and then down the line it's easy changes to have a completely different look. So we've gone with stones and greys as the overall sort of palette, and then we've added in accents of blush and grey, a bit of charcoal here and there, but mostly keeping it very neutral. I think we were fortunate in this apartment in that it does give its own illusion of space. With the sort of double volume windows, it is quite an airy, spacious apartment anyway. We did want to keep that feel going, but at the same time we wanted to bring in a bit of coziness so that for the family living on the corner suite, it would be warm and welcoming as well as feel trendy, contemporary and sort of minimalistic almost. The bedroom was probably one of the most amazing projects that I've taken on. This started out as a male-dominated space. Heavy browns, brown carpet, brown curtains, yellowy cream walls again. This needed to be transformed into a romantic, soft, tranquil sort of sanctuary for, think, busy mom, kids running around, and at the end of a hectic day all she wants to do is run away to her sanctuary. So there we brought in sort of a whimsical romantic feel. We used gorgeous peony grayscale decals on the feature wall. We brought in quite a high volume upholstered headboard, which works beautifully in the space. Very high ceilings in there as well, which it just lended itself to the romantic sort of feel. And then we went there with a palette of minks, pastel blush again, and a little bit of grey. I think if I can give advice on decorating a rental space, it would be where you can negotiate with the landlord to paint. That's a great option because that really transforms the space from quite dated to really modern and contemporary. The contractors or the developers love to use the yellowy cream stock standard walls and floor tiles. So 90% of the apartment units have that. I think I always say to keep it as simple as possible. The new sort of Scandi designs work well in small spaces. I would veer away from things like antique furniture, heavy dark woods, because they just tend to sort of close the space in. So go for lighter palettes and then more contemporary furniture. The transparent, the very popular transparent acrylic furniture definitely works well in your lounge, in your dining room. We're seeing it a lot in studies and bedrooms now as well. So I would go sort of that route in a small space.